Okay, this is the last 10-minute segment on individual stocks. Let me see if I can cover a couple of them quickly. Um, let's take a look at Splunk. Played the earnings common, did not buy at the last minute, didn't buy the calls, which I was looking at, which were the 40s, which were posted on Twitter, live feed. And the 40s, if I remember correctly, went from $4 to $14 or something like that on the move. Okay, obviously it was a humongous move. So let's try to understand what happened here. Do all the reading, your due diligence on the numbers and all kinds of good stuff. Bottom line is shorts got squeezed big. There were some hedge funds who were heavily short the stock, and they got their you know what handed to them in a bad way. Okay, so this is what happens. This is a daily view uh, of Splunk, and let me get the drawing tool out. And the last time we saw this type of 20.2 million, 20 million plus volume was when the stock capitulated at these levels. So similar thing happened here. Now was this that was a selling capitulation, obviously with this volume. This is a buying capitulation. Is it possible that it kind of topped here? I don't know. All I know is that if this thing breaks over 57, you got a cup with 39.57. That's 20. I'm sorry, that's 18 points. Add 18 to 57. This thing is going to go to $75. Now that's simple, back of the napkin kind of quick calculation on a multiple cup breakout or whatever you call it. So I believe that it gets towards 57, it creates a handle, or it might very well do this. So if that's what it does, then this thing will basically come down to 39. Is it possible? Anything's possible in this market. But at this point, if this momentum continues, it's going to at least try to get the two. It's going to kiss the 200 backside of the 200-day moving average. So that's around $60. Let's say $59. So you still got about 5 points left on this stock. So let's keep a close eye on this. Let me get all the things out here. Let's look at the internals. The internals are definitely very, very positive. Okay, and these are basic internals here. You got the RSI exploding up. You got the MACD moving up nicely. You got a very sharp move in OBV, which is on balance volume. And please look these up in Investopedia or any other, or Google it for all your definition. And excuse me. So you got these moves here. If I do a fib retracement, what I see here on a daily basis is the stock going to about 66. That's a 50% fib retracement. I have a 80% accuracy hit ratio based on my fib retracements on 50-day moving average, on the dailies and on the weeklies. Will it happen this time? I have no clue, but I'm just basing it on my past experience. Especially with this type of breakout, it's very likely that at least it hits the 38.2 fib retracement. That's around 57.50, and then of course I showed you the backside of the testing the underside of the 200-day moving average. And of course, a key point here, if we have a crossover and this thing finally turns, the 50-day moving average turns and crosses over the orange line, which is the 34-day moving average, all hell will break loose. The last time that happened, and I'm trying to see here, it didn't happen. Okay, last time it was always like this. So let me look back on a weekly chart here. On a weekly chart, nothing. I think the stock came public back in April of 2012. Let me look at a monthly so I can remember. Yeah, so April of 2012 when Splunk came public. So it's 2 years and 2.5 years, let's say. It's getting 2 years and 4 months. And at this point, this stock still has room to move. Still has room to move. Look at this. It didn't even give back anything. So, good one here. Let's take a look at a quick one that we have a position in, and that's Bank of America. Bank of America charts is actually a nice, slow, steady. This is an investment, a swing trade if you want to look at it that way. This is not a $5 mover back and forth. It's a 50-cent mover on a really good day. It's a 20-cent mover on a normal day. But lo and behold, the options move. Okay, you buy in the money, you buy a bunch of them because they're cheap, and you just enjoy the fruits of your labor. I've shown this a few times where calls have gone from 60 cents to 44 cents. There are testimonials on that. I have been in it, and you know what? It's great. And there's some days it just sits there and does nothing, and people keep on writing Bank of America, Bank of America. And I like to remind them this is a swing trade, so please don't look at it on a daily basis for any nice sexy moves. Okay, just wait for it to move up. Now this is a 15-minute chart. I like this. I think that this breaks out over this, and once it breaks out over 1614, we have a good shot to move up into the 1650 level. That's a very decent sum of money. Those options could double and triple from if you buy them in the money, the 16 strikes, okay, for the month. So let's take a look at the daily. Now the daily is I'm sorry, the weekly chart. The weekly chart is very interesting. If I do a fib on this, which would be really stretching it on the weekly chart, you can see that the next stop is around 22. Now this is on a weekly basis, so obviously this is not something that's going to happen that quickly, but what I do see is we have a change. We could very well get to 18, and that is something very doable. So $18 here. So let me get the drawing tool out. So if we do this, let's say for example 18, and then we pull back again to let's say about 16, 17, then it try to make a beeline for 22. But 18 is 2 points from here. Um, Again, it's very doable. Let's take a look at the daily chart, and on the daily chart we can see that, one second, on the daily chart it's very important that we hold the 9 day moving average. It's very important that we have a crossover of 34 over the 50. These things are extremely important. So let me get my drawing tool out here. We need to have these things curl up, okay, to support this move, and we don't want too much of a standard deviation away from the 3450 and where the price is right now. We also need this 9 moving average to keep on sticking to the price, and we need this to move up towards the 1670 level. So that's very important. So this is the type of support, resistance 1650, but once we clear that, we should be able to see 17 plus, and that'll be exciting. You can see how well the options move. I'm in there. So pattern symmetry is this. It basically goes back to about 1650. After that it breaks out over that, and I don't see any reason why it can't get to about 1730. And I bet you institutional players are in there towards that level, and then the 18, of course. So that's it for Bank of America. Let me just quickly cover. I'm trying to see my Twitter feed. Remember something else that I need to cover. I'm not purposely tonight covering the price lines and all the others, which I will do in the morning. But there are enough charts I'm going to put up there which will show what the roadmaps are that I put very regularly. I put an average of 18 to 24 charts with buy parameters and stuff, or 18 to 24 visuals at least during the day on my live Twitter feed. So for all new members and subscribers, I have a lot of invaluable trove of information that's there for everyone to see and act on. Keep in mind that I'm a tactical trader. I have a bullish leaning, but at the same time, as you will find out from the chat room, you'll find out from the live tweets, that I am also very cautious. I take profits sometimes early. I tend to take on a large move. I tend to take at least 80% of my profits and bank it, go back in again, trade. I'm not perfect, but hey, at least I call the shots early, and make people a significant amount of money, and that's the reason why you listen to this video cast. So, saying all that, I appreciate everyone new who have joined. I encourage all of you free trial subscribers who we haven't fully blocked yet, because we are transitioning to a new database, to have the courtesy of and the respect for all paid members, shown to us, all paid members, by joining and as a fully paid member. So do that as quickly as possible. I will be putting up the other charts right now for everyone to review. The static charts, there are quite a few nice ones, But this is going to be a very exciting week. We have to be careful. We have